life's the pits, the bug and the mouse at the end of their wits. They knew the key to life.
I saw the show during its brief run in New York. I had a dear friend in it, and she got me second row center, and I fell in love with this piece. I hadn't heard a score like that in years. And I mean, I haven't gone to iTunes and bought an original cast album in a long time. I did the day Catch Me If You Can came out. The music to me just spoke of a period, the style of the 60s, the hullabaloo, those variety shows. It was just, to me, it was just sexy, and it was just a thrilling, because I loved the film. I thought the film, of course, it was so stylish, and the musical was, you know, they took this true story and kind of put it into this variety show, hullabaloo style of storytelling. And I was hooked. It was something that I thought was a heck of a lot of fun, and something that I think regional theaters are going to have much success with.
Mix and match me, try to catch me if you can. Oh, I got a story that's strange but true. I got a story that's strange but true. So come fly with me for a bird's eye view.
I saw the show on Broadway and really, really loved it. I have a particular affinity for the 1960s. It's an amazing period for music and for fashion, and comedy was getting a little more risque. And so all things 1960s, you know, attract me. And it's that great combination of a true story and set in this time period, and then the whole thing is presented with such style because it's done like a 1960s television special. So yeah, it was a lot of things that attracted me on this one.
I'll even be there. So let the games begin. 'Cause I just don't feel at home at night, so I'll slip now into someone else's skin.
Oh, the musical, it is based on the autobiography of Frank Abagnale Jr., called Catch Me If You Can as well. And it's his true life story, how he ran away from home as a teenager, went to New York, and managed to bounce about $2.5 million in checks on 5 continents over a 6-year period of time before he finally got brought in by the FBI. He was wanted in every country in Europe. He was wanted in all 50 states. And he did it, you know, the old school way with Elmer's glue and India ink. And, you know, he changed his own ID, and he would change the little numbers on the bottom of checks. So he would cash a check in New Jersey. It would get rerouted all the way to Anchorage before they knew that it was a bum check. So, it's a really, really interesting story. He also passed himself off as an airline pilot and flew millions of miles. He passed himself off as a doctor and worked as an attending ER doctor in Atlanta, Georgia. And he actually literally passed the bar exam in Louisiana by truly studying for it for a 2-week period of time. And he practiced law for a year. So, you know, all of this is a runaway kid from New Rochelle. Oh, the musical is really, really close to the film, and the film stayed close to the book. They don't follow his story as the movie does at the very end, all the way to Europe, where he ended up in a prison in France and things. They stop it before that and catch him at the Miami airport. But other than that, it stays very, very close to it. So it's great because people that like the film will get the comfort food of the film and that whole sensibility, and then people that like musicals are going to get, you know, 6-foot-tall, gorgeous girls and a crazy amount of dance, a lot of humor, and really one of the best scores on Broadway in the last 5 years. It's Mark Shaman and Scott Whitman, who also wrote Hairspray and a lot of other things. But people are just going to go out humming. It's great.
Being in the original world premiere cast was really an amazing experience. We worked a lot on the show from the ground up. A lot of the scenes were built on us. A lot of the things that are in the script today are things that we said for the first time in the room. And some of it was improv, some of it was workshopped with Terrence McNally. And so being a part of that was a really amazing experience. It's really an amazing experience because even though I was in the ensemble of the world premiere cast and I was the dance captain, but being in that position didn't lend me to make creative decisions or have creative input on the process choreography-wise. So hearing the music and kind of thinking of things and doing it my own way is a dream come true, and it's something that I've always wanted to do since doing the show. And of course, when I was doing it at Seattle, I loved the original choreographers, choreography and steps and vision for the product. But it's really nice to kind of get to do my own take and see that fleshed out in people and these amazing dancers that we have.
Where my family first discovered Moonlight back in 2000, and we came in and auditioned. It was back when Moonlight was producing a youth show at the time. So I was Michael in Peter Pan, and then did King and I later for the adult season. And my whole family just fell in love with the place because it's such a family place. You know, I mean, my dad came in the first time and had a stranger offer him, wine and cheese and crackers and, food. And it's always been home to me because I grew up doing shows here my whole life, seeing every show over the summer. And so it was like the womb of my creative, theatrical, everything really.
It'll be your one-man Disneyland. It'll be your one-man Disneyland. So I don't wait for the cops to arrive. I want to tell my story live and in living color.
It's sensory overload. I've really been with the theater while it's grown. So I remember, back doing ragtime and changing, in like a makeshift dressing room outside and putting makeup on at picnic tables. And I was lucky enough to actually be in 42nd Street here with be doing a time step while the curtain rose for the first time instead of tracking side to side. And so to play a lead here is just, it's almost a greater honor than if it were strangers, because these are people that know me and know me intimately and have known me as a little boy. So for them to take that leap for me and hire me as an adult is, it's like when your big brother says like, "Hey, come play with my friends," and you're like, "Really? Really? Am I cool enough to do that?" So it's thrilling. Yeah. Yeah, I graduated from UC Irvine back actually a quarter early in March of 2013, and then I worked a summer at Disneyland, and the goal for me was to move to New York. And I got this audition for Rock of Ages in Vegas sort of sporadically, and went and got it and was shocked, but, thrilled and excited and scared. And so, I spent the past year doing Rock of Ages in Vegas. It was, I was understudying the lead role of Drew, and it's a big role, and it actually gave me a lot of confidence for this role because it's very vocally demanding, like Frank is, and carries the show. So it was great.
You felt he was right.
I think one of the biggest joys of being an artistic director is when you can bring someone home. And Moonlight is home to a lot of actors whose careers started here. And no stranger to that is Jacob Herron, who at age 10, I first met. We shared the stage in Ragtime in 2002. I was Harry Houdini and he was the little boy. And we formed a very tight bond. And to watch his success go, to getting his equity card and doing Rock of Ages, it's like I'm watching my son succeed on some level. So when Jacob came in for the show and was just knocking it out of the park after every bit of this callback. There were moments I just had tears in my eyes of such pride, and that I was so happy that he was going to kill it, and I just wanted it to work out in his favor. And at the end of the day, it did. And that's one of those phone calls I couldn't wait. I had to actually call him personally, and didn't call his agent. Sorry, just because I just love that boy.
Pilot walks on to the plane, all the passengers smile and relax.
He's a con artist. He's a good guy, sweet guy, loves his son, but always, wanted to one up everybody else. Quick, wanted the quick buck, sleight of hand kind of guy, so kind of guy I'd like to get into,
Butter out of cream, just make butter out of cream.
Make some butter out of cream.
I hear what you're saying, son. I'll make butter out of cream.
Scatoo, but really I do butter.
The music. The music was fantastic. I saw the movie. This is the part that Christopher Walken played. He was the father, of course, and so I didn't expect it to be as well written for music, because it was a smaller supporting part in the movie. And then when I got the script and the music, I was just like, wow, this is a great role. So I love, it's right in my vocal range, so I really sink my teeth into it. Really attracted to it.
Hi, my name's Josh Adamson. I'm playing the role of Carl Hanratty, who is an FBI agent who's been after one of the largest con man counterfeiters in the country. And, the story is based off of a true story of actually would have to be one of the country's most famous counterfeiters, and who the FBI ended up learning a lot of information about counterfeiting and forgery because of it.
While you're still in your prime, ooh, I won't be seeing you for quite a long time. And after you've paid for your life of crime, hey kid, we'll see what good behavior can do. Till then we're stuck together, which is strange but true.
Character, she's French. Sophisticated, has a lot of style, which I think I have a lot of style. And so that was attractive to me, because I thought this will be a fairly easy role to play, style-wise, and her stature and everything. What attracts me to the role in this play is that I grew up in the 60s. Born in the 50s, grew up in the 60s. My mother was a single mom in the 60s, 70s, 80s. And so it's quite a nostalgic piece for me. I grew up watching Hullabaloo and Shindig and all that. So.
But if you see him, please pass on this plea. Don't be a stranger. Tell him that for me.